Hello, everybody. It's me again. Yeah, as you can see, today's Monday, and that's why I kind of dressed up better because I just came back from work as a computer programmer in Alaska, and yeah. So yesterday we talked about sugar fatism, how bad sugar and fat are to your health. That's the number one American health problem is sugar and fat. Too much sugar, too much fat, we get obese, and it causes all the number one health problem in America. Okay, diabetes, heart attack. That's what drives the medical cost. Okay, so I gave you last time the alternative to sugar and fat, which is alcohol and tobacco. Okay, because we all need to have fun. We need those. All right. And so unless you have some medical issues that prevents you from taking alcohol or cigarette smoking, yeah, then you shouldn't do it. If you have those medical issues, or if you are pregnant, then no smoking, no alcohol. Or if you have medical issues, then no smoking, no alcohol. But other than that, yeah, alcohol and tobacco are better than sugar and fat. Evidence? Just compare Asia and America. Asians, they smoke and they drink, okay, and they don't do too much of sugar and too much of fat. Asians are healthier than Americans, all right? That's why. That's exactly why. It's that simple, all right? Okay, let's move on. So we'll not. Let's focus on politics today. Let's forget about humanology for today, okay? Because there's some sense of urgency that we need to address. So, yeah, now you know how am I doing with my presidential campaign? Well, it's going very well. The whole idea of this my political campaign, my presidential bet is this. I believe in miracles. Okay, so Americans used to believe in miracles, and that's why America made great inventions back in the days, early 1900s. All right, everything that you see is invented in America, mostly 90%. Electricity, light bulb, computer, cars, airplanes, internet, everything, okay? Everything you see around you. It's all American inventions, modern invention. Because Americans used to believe in miracles. They try things that has never been tried before. That was American spirit, and we need to revive, resurrect that spirit. And I voted for Donald Trump. I'm a Republican. I voted for him. I prayed for him. I almost cried when he got elected because it was so beautifully done. It was like God answering my prayer. If you're a Christian, you probably understand what I mean. Okay, so if not, hey, that's fine. So, um, yeah, I'm drinking. Okay, so do not drink and drive. And but if you control your drinks, if you control your intoxication, then yeah, drinking is good for you. And yeah. Anyway, so politics. Okay. Yeah, he's doing great job. Donald Trump. Okay, President Trump, doing great, but I can do better. That's why I'm running against him in 2020, right? And yeah, I like him. I still do, and I read 5 of his books 10 years ago. Yeah, more than 10 years ago in Los Angeles when I was, I think I told you I made a movie in Los Angeles, right? So yeah, around that time, yeah, I read his many of his books. It was great. He's smart, and but he has some limitation that I don't have. All right, I learned a lot from him. That's why I can do better than he ever can. All right. So he thinks every problem solution is money. All right, that's his problem, and also that represents American problem too. And not just America, is the rest of the world as well. Right, money is like God. Money is omnipotent. It can solve every single problem. That's where I deviate from Trump, because Trump is not a real Christian. He is sympathetic to Christians, maybe out of personal sympathy or for the political reason, or both. But for example, he makes fun of prayer, and if you are a Christian, you never do that. That's sacrilege. That's blasphemy. You never make fun of prayers. People praying. That's if you are a Christian, real Christian, you never do that. I'm a real, happen to be real Christian. Okay, so I don't go to churches every day. I mean, every Sunday, and I don't go to just one church. I go to churches partially because of his as my political campaign too, right? But I am a Christian because I am a believer in Bible, in Jesus, in God, and Holy Spirit. Okay, and of course I do not subscribe to the Trinity. You know, Jesus equals God equal Holy Spirit. I do not believe that, but I do believe in God, Jesus, Holy Spirit as separate entity. Right? So so what is so urgent? Okay, I guess we have to have deal with some humanology. Humanology is about humans. It's about the world, universe, so and problem solving. So yeah, when I talk about politics, humanology is always part of it. When I talk about humanology, politics is always part of it. Okay, because politics is just one part, important part of humanology's subjects. And so, what is so urgent? You know what? Maybe nothing is that urgent. Um, let's just have some fun, okay? Changed my mind. Maybe it's because I just drank. Kind of relaxed me a little bit. I don't know. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna introduce you on ism, on ideology that is very important in humanology. All right, it's this: anti, ultra, inter, racial, ism. Anti-ultra interracialism. Okay, so it's kind of like German. If you know German language, they don't put space in between these word roots, right? They combine all this, condense all these different words into one single word. That's how Germans write their German languages. So you have anti, ultra, inter, racial, ism. Five components, five roots, prefix, suffix, whatever. Okay. Do you have any idea what this means? What I try to mean by this made up word? I told you, take this as an entertainment event. Okay, I'm a stand-up comedian, but I'm too lazy. I'm sitting down, sit down comedian, stand-up comedian gig. I want to entertain you. That's the whole point of this, okay? So, any guess what this mean? What I try to mean by this? Uh, okay, let me break it down for you. I don't think we need this dividing line anymore. We have to start from the right end of this ism. Yeah, it's an ideology concept, right? This level. Now, racialism is also some new word that I came up with. It's not racism. How would you define racism? What is racism? Yeah, I'm sure your definition and my definition is similar. Racism, the way humanology defines is this: the hatred or despise of somebody because of his race. When I say his, I mean general person, like his or her, but it's too awkward and cumbersome to say his or her, him and he, she, him or her, like himself, herself. You don't expect me to say that in every single sentence that I make. Okay, so I'm male, so that's why I'm male centric. I'm not a sexist. I said this like 10,000 times already. But this is important, okay, because that's the one of the many flaws in feminism. It just makes things too ugly, okay? So if you're a female, I will not take offense. I will not be offended if you use female pronouns only when you refer to a generic person, because I understand what you are trying to say. I will not be offended. So I'm asking you to be not offended when I refer to male pronoun to refer to a generic person. It's just easier for me because I'm male, all right? So no offense intended, all right? Now, so racism is about hating a person because only because of his race, or hating somebody or despising somebody just because of that person's race. That's racism, right? Racialism is a shorthand, is a synonymous of intra-racialism. Intra-racialism. That's same as racialism. So what is intra-racialism? Which is same as racialism. It means this: same race marriage. Not same sex marriage, no, that's bad. In humanology, that's no go. Intra-racialism is same race marriage. If you're white, you marry a white person of opposite gender. Okay? You're an Asian man, you marry an Asian woman. If you're a black man, you marry a black woman. That's intra-racialism or racialism. Just to say it simply, okay? That is not racism, okay? My parents, for example, they are not racist. They love blacks, they love whites, they love every race. But they want me to marry a Korean girl. That's this, intra-racialism. In humanology, it's not bad, but it's good. Very good. Racialism in humanology is a virtue, alright? Why? That's the interesting point here. First of all, racism is bad because if somebody think I'm stupid just because I'm Asian, that's prejudicial and yeah, racism is bad. There's no disagreement about that. But racialism is good. Why? Because it preserves racial diversity. You have to understand this. It's the long line of heritage. My ancestors has been always Korean and Korean marriage, same race marriage. So my parents, my grandparents want me to continue that long line of tradition. They don't want me to destroy it or dishonor it. They want me to honor my parents and grandparents and great grandparents, my ancestors' long line of tradition. That's racialism, intra-racialism. It's a good thing. It's the same goes to every single race in the world. And that's where the diversity is. Racial diversity comes from this intra-racialism. All right? Because if every race just mix with each other, there will be one single race. There will be no more diversity. And that race will be Hispanic. Okay? Because Hispanic, I love Hispanics, don't get me wrong. I'm just giving you the facts, historical facts. So many things that I say I don't want to call it a lecture, all right? Because I'm not in a position to teach, okay? But this episodes, let's call it episodes. This is like acting, like some kind of sitcom movie or comedy, okay? So episode, all these episodes, many of the things that I say to you may offend you, but here's the challenge. I want you to control your emotion because right now America is too spoiled. They get emotional too easy. They get angry way too easy. Sometimes they even do this. They're not really angry, but they think being angry is the right thing to do. So they pretend they are angry. We see this both in left and right, conservative and liberal. We see it in both sides. All right. So I do not believe conservatives are better than liberals. That's not my belief is. I think they're equally bad and equally good. All right. They have goods and bads. All right. They complement each other. So it's a good thing that we have both liberals and conservatives in this country. It's a great system, all right? And so I watched the TV show, old TV show 24. You know, I have the whole DVD set, and one of the lines in the season 6, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was season 6. Yeah, the guy says to his grandson, "Do not let your emotion control you. No, you control your emotion. Do not let emotion control you. You control your emotion. All right. So when you feel like this, oh, I want to punch this guy like in the nose, or I want to kill him. Yeah, I want you to control your emotion because I am here for you. I am not against any person. I am against ideologies that is possessing people. You have all different ideas, but you are not born with it. All these isms and ideologies in your head, you acquired it environmentally as you grew up. Okay, like pro-gayism, ultra-interracialism, or plastic surgeryism, whatever it may be. Both good ideologies and bad ideologies, they always come after you're born. You learn those things. They're concepts that you learn in society. All right? So, yeah. Hispanics, I love Hispanics, okay? Don't get me wrong. But they are amalgamation of every single race on earth. At the very beginning, Asians during the Ice Age, where the sea level was low because a lot of seawater was frozen up. The sea level was low, so Asians in Asia crossed the Bering Strait. It used to be a land bridge between Asia and Alaska. Okay, so Asians crossed the land bridge over Bering Sea, Bering Strait, and came to Alaska, went to Canada, and went to America, went down to South America, Latin America, like Peru, Brazil, Mexico. Okay, so Asians came here first, and then white people came from Europe later on, like centuries or even millennia after that. White people came, and they came with black people. I don't like the concept of this slave because it's just what? Forced labor? Okay, if slavery is forced labor, then every single one of us are slaves. Why? Because who wants to work? Who wants to work? Do you really want to go to work every single day, 5 days a week, waking up in the morning against your will? You want to sleep late, right? That's why we love weekends. But we go to work against our will. That's forced labor. That's all us. There's no difference. Okay? Oh, slaves, they got whipped. Don't you get whipped? Not physically, but metaphysically you do. I do. We have to obey, and we have to tolerate our superiors or our customers. Many times they mistreat us. We suck it up. It's like being whipped metaphysically. That's why some people don't want to go to work, and they either become homeless or they depend on government disability pay, making some phony disability claims like autism or PTSD, all right? And they collect disability checks because they, they cannot tolerate being metaphysically whipped, like by customers, by superiors. But if you're working, yeah, you get that every day. Just like slaves used to get, all right? There is no difference, okay? So, white people came with black people to America, all right? So, blacks were employees of the white people. And there were Asians, like Indians, natives in those Latin America. And then they, over time, over hundreds of years, they are mixed racially, and they became Hispanics. Okay, so Hispanics are amalgamation of three major races: black, white, and Asian. Right? So that's Hispanics. Okay, and Hispanics are beautiful. They are very musically talented, and they invented the majority, 90% of ballroom dancing, partnership dancing. While black people, they invented most of the modern music genre, like jazz, hip hop, soul, rhythm and blues, you name it, right? It's all African Americans. They invented all those, and African Americans also invented solo dancing. Most of the solo dancing genres, like moonwalk, whatever, Charleston, whatever, right? So, and but Latin Americans, Hispanics, they invented the partnership dancing, like cha-cha, bachata, salsa, tango, you name it, right? Samba, yeah. So every race, so yeah, Hispanic became a race on its own, but it's a product of amalgamation of three major races. Now, we love Hispanics. We all do. They're beautiful. They are talented, hardworking Hispanics. But we do not want Hispanics to be the one and only race on earth. That's nobody wants. That is something nobody wants. Even Hispanics do not want that. Why? Because we enjoy the diversity. Can you imagine there is only one single species of dogs? No, we have Chihuahua, we have Shepherd, we have poodle, we love the diversity, right? Same thing with human beings. We want diversity. And here's the important point. White race is unique in a sense that white race, what I mean by white race is like Scandinavian, like Northern European whites, not Italian. Because Italian is halfway between Middle Easterns and whites. The kind of people that I call white people. The kind of people I call Caucasians. When humanists say white people or Caucasians, we mean Northern, like Scandinavians with blue eyes, green eyes, red hair, blonde hair, and very pale white skin. That's what I and humanology mean by white people or Caucasians, okay? Because it's spectrum, continuous spectrum, okay? So when we say white, we mean like really pale white or pink skin or like that. It could be brunette, but it has to be very pale white skin, okay? So yeah, let's talk about white people, okay? So every race have different talents. We already talked about blacks and Hispanics. And blacks are also good at athletics, sports. Nobody can beat blacks in sports. Nobody. Be it football or basketball or boxing. Blacks are talented athletes. It's in their genes, right? And they're excellent dancers, they're excellent singers, musicians. That's blacks, okay? It's their talent. Hispanics talent, yeah, music, dancing, and cooking maybe, cuisine, fantastic cooking, and I'm not gonna talk much about Asians because I'm an Asian, all right? So whites, what are their talents? They have several, but first thing is their visual appeal. Look back in the Hollywood movies in the 50s and 60s. They're all white casting, and Hollywood was internationally successful partially because it's all white casting. Okay, white people's talent is their visual appeal. Okay, they look great, right? And I understand maybe something is bubbling and boiling in your mind right now, but you don't have to be like that. Okay, that's why I told you at the beginning. I want you to be more rational than emotional. Okay, I'm not white. Okay, so if you're not white, and if I say something positive about white people, why, why, why do you have to be so angry? Because I already told you good things about blacks and Hispanics. Isn't that enough? Okay, so those are the things that blacks and Hispanics are superior to white people. Okay, so every race have advantages and disadvantages and superiorities and inferiorities because God is fair. Okay, so I want you to learn to appreciate other races. That is so important in America. Can Donald Trump say anything like this, or Ted Cruz, or Marco Rubio, or Hillary Clinton, or Bernie Sanders, or can they say anything like this, like I do not right now? No, they can't. That's why I'm running for president in 2020, because nobody else can do better than I can. All right, so. But I'm nobody. So for me, as a computer programmer in Alaska, to make into presidency in what 2.5 years, that's a very steep uphill. But at the same time, I'm a Christian. I believe in miracles. Okay, so. Yeah. So if you are Christian, anything is possible. Because you believe in miracles, alright? Anyway, so yeah, white people are very beautiful people. They have huge diversity within the white race. Okay, just look at white people. They have green eyes, blue eyes, hazel eyes. They have red hair, blonde hair, and in the blonde alone, you have sandy blonde, platinum blonde, and you have white people have brown hair and black hair, and their skin tone it can be yellowish or pale white or like pink, orange maybe. Okay, so yeah, that's white people. What I mean by white people, okay? The pink skin, white, pale white skin, and yeah, the Northern Europe white people. Very beautiful and very, very unique because of this. Let's think about Asians, blacks, Hispanics, and Indians, like, and also Middle Easterns. So by Indians, what I mean by is Southeast. I mean, no, no, South Asia. You know, with all that Mahatma Gandhi and Nehru and India as a country, not Native American people. So Indians in South Asia. Yeah, okay, that India, where the Beatles went there to learn about what Zitar, I think, and India of Buddhism. That's what I mean by India. Okay, so Indians, Middle Easterns, Asians, Hispanics, blacks, you know, everyone except every race except white. We all have this thing in common. Every other race except Caucasians, we have all this in common. We have brown eyes, we have black hair, we have brown skin. All right? We do look different, but the race that we call blacks, Africans, they are not black, they are just dark browns. Me, Asians, we are not yellow, no, we are light brown. Hispanics, they are brown. Middle Easterns, they are brown. Indians, they are brown. Okay? And we all have black hair and brown eyes. Alright? Now, what happens if me, an Asian guy, or a black guy, or Middle Eastern guy, or Indian guy, or Hispanic guy, marry a blonde, beautiful model type, young, blonde girl with blue eyes, blonde hair, and pale white skin, and she's like very hourglass shaped, like she's young, she's like what, 21, and she's slender, and she's just beautiful white blonde girl. If I marry her and then we will have kids, this child will have brown eyes, black hair, and brown skin just like me. What I did is I extinguished her Caucasian heritage because Caucasian gene is very vulnerable to melanin, the dye, the protein that had make my hair color black and my skin brown. Melanin is that protein that makes it brown or dark. So my hair is not black; it's very dark brown. Okay, so um, that's why. So yeah, that's ultra interracialism. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So we know what racialism is. Racialism is intraracialism, same-sex marriage. I'm sorry. Same race marriage. Same sex marriage is bad, but same race marriage is good in humanology. Alright? So we'll talk about homosexuality later. Alright? But not in this episode. Because that's a whole another episode. Okay, just all you need to know for now is that humanology opposes same-sex marriage, right? But or same-sex relationship. Anything that has to do with same-sex, humanology opposes. Okay, and but today we'll focus on anti-ultra interracialism. Now, racialism is good. Intra-racialism is same race marriage. That's good. Now, interracialism is the opposite of that. And humanology does not oppose every single interracialism. It only opposes ultra interracialism. Right? Interracialism, you know what it is. Me marrying a black woman or a white woman, anyone except Asian. That's interracialism. Okay? Ultra interracialism is this: an ethnic man marrying a model type young white woman. That's ultra interracialism. Again, an ethnic man, by what I mean by ethnic man is non-white man. If you are mixed, I have nothing against you. Don't get me wrong, you are beautiful. In a sense, we are all mixed, okay? So it means nothing to me. Okay, you're beautiful. Some of my favorite friends are mixed. That they are beautiful. Some of the most beautiful people I've ever met, both men and women, are mixed race. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not racist. I don't hate people at all. Okay, I don't hate nobody. I don't hate gay people. All I hate is evil concepts, evil ideologies. Right? They're just possessing people. It's like demon. It's like devil possessing somebody. It's evil spirits. That's all I had. I had no human being. I am not against humans at all. That's why we separate these two. Okay, hate the sin, but do not hate the sinner, because we are all sinners. All right. So yeah, you're a mixed person. I have nothing against you because you're beautiful. Okay, you're beautiful. You're good. You're smart. You know. Now, ultra interracialism is this: an ethnic man. What I mean by ethnic man is non-white person. If you are mixed, you are also ethnic person, in the definition, according to the definition of humanology. If you are not a purely white person, then you are ethnic. Okay, that's our working definition here, operating definition. So, if you are mixed, then you are ethnic. Okay, so an ethnic man like me, or black, or mixed man, mixed race man, or Hispanics, which is mixed race. Okay, any ethnic man, if an ethnic man marries a model type white woman, by model type, what do I mean? Simple. She's slender, she's pretty face, she's white. I mean, okay, let's slow down a little. Model type. Model type white woman. And you have ethnic man. Ethnic man. Ethnic means not purely white. Okay, so ethnic man, not purely white man. Model type white woman. Model type, who's model? Young, slender, and pretty face, slender body, pretty face, white woman. So that's, and the marriage between these two, that's ultra interracialism, and that's one of the biggest sin in humanology. So humanology is both science and religion. So yeah, there are many sins, just like in the Bible, and in humanology, in the church of humanology or religion of humanology. Ultra interracialism is one of the biggest sin, and I will tell you why. It's based on logic, right? So I'll tell you why right now. So okay, you may not understand this unless you are an ethnic man like me. If you're a white person, if you're a woman, then probably you have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so I know this because I'm an ethnic man. That's me. If you're an ethnic man, if you're an Indian, Asian, blacks, Hispanics in America, and if you get a girl like this, she's blonde or red hair or brunette, whatever, and she's like white and she's young and pretty, that's your like your status go like way up there, like Tiger Woods or Bruce Lee or some of those like or Michael Rubio or Ted Cruz. Okay, they're all ethnic men, but they married model type, very beautiful, young, white, purely white women. So their status go way up there. Okay, so because between us, ethnic men, that's just how it is. All right, I have I'm an ethnic man, so I have many ethnic friends. So we talk about things. We don't lie to each other, okay? Because we are friends. So like bar talk, right? When we drink, yeah, we talk about things and yeah, ethnic men, we all want white women just like this, model type, young, slender, and pretty face, big eyes. Okay, so let's take a step back and talk about beauty. There are many different kinds of beauty. Aesthetics. Sexual, sexual beauty is just one small part of this whole different categories of beauties. When I see a very old lady, like who is in 70, yeah, I see her as a very beautiful lady, but that's not sexual beauty. Alright? When I see a flower, yeah, it's a beautiful flower. When I see a sunset, it's beautiful scenery, but that's not sexual beauty. Sexual beauty is a very tiny part of this whole ethics study of beauty. But sexual beauty is something biological and it is absolute. It's not relative. What turns on a woman? What is it? It's power. Okay? Whatever is the most powerful during an era, during a time, during the day, the age, women are turned on. They get sexually aroused by the power. Back in the days, it used to be muscle. Because back in the days, like thousands of years ago, all that matters is physical strength. Like 5,000 years ago. So women were turned on by this big muscle. Nowadays, what is it? Money, right? Money, a wealthy man is what sexually arouses women. Why? Because nowadays money is the power. It's not muscle, it's money. Okay, so women don't care about a man whether he's married or not, as long as he has a lot of money nowadays. Because they get turned on sexually, they get aroused. That's why people like Donald J. Trump or Harvey Weinstein or Matt Lauer, all these big celebrities, they were married people, married men. And women don't care if those men are married or not. Because, and women don't care even they themselves are married or not. It's biological. So women get turned on by power. Nowadays it's money. Money is the power. But back in the days, it was muscle. Okay, it's just biology, all right. It has nothing to do with like social, like feminism says, social conditioning, or psychologist says social conditioning. No, no, it's biology, pure evolution, pure biology. All right, because we humans are half animal, half metaphysical entity, half physical, half metaphysical. Okay, I would say half animal, half God. Okay, so that's us human being. So we have these animal urges, and we have this spiritual component. That's what we call ethics, morality. It's not law. It's ethics, morality, religion, doing what's right. Okay, so that's the metaphysical part. But we do have animal part, and so that's we talk about women's what turns on women, what makes them sexually aroused. Yeah, this power. Okay, nowadays it's money. Back in the days, it's muscle. Now, how about men? What turns on men? It's very easy. It's women's reproductive capability. She has to be young. She has to be healthy. That's why we men get sexually aroused when we see a young, slender women, because women being slender, like she's not too skinny, she's not too obese, she's slender. That means she's healthy, and that gives the maximum chance of reproduction, continuous reproduction. It's all biology. It's all evolution. So that's sexual beauty, sexual aesthetics. It's objective, it's absolute, it's not something that is relative. You know, so when we see children, like babies, we perceive the beauty. Children are beautiful, right? That's also evolutionary biological response, so that individuals who perceive beauty in a baby, that trait is evolutionarily advantageous, because let's say there are two mothers. One of them do not perceive beauty in the baby, and the other one perceive beauty in a baby. This one who hates baby should not take care of her baby. This one who perceives baby as beautiful will take care of her baby. So the baby of this mother will die, and the baby of this mother will survive. So this variation of genetic variation, this individual will go away, and this genetic variation who perceive beauty in a baby will survive to the next generation. That's the natural concept of natural selection. Okay, so whatever is advantageous for survival of the individual and also reproduction of the species, that gets natural, that trait, that gene gets naturally selected. All right, so that's the concept of evolution. So where were we? Yeah, so the perception of beauty in babies, young children, is biologically, evolutionarily selected trait. Okay, it's something absolute. Everybody, when they see, every adult, when they see babies and young children, they perceive beauty. It's something absolute, and nobody, no adult would deny this. But when it comes to slender woman, slender adult woman being beautiful, there's some disagreement. Let's say I'm a very obese woman, and I see this Asian guy on YouTube. He's saying, "Oh, this slender woman is more beautiful than obese me." I'll give him a finger, right? Because it offends me. Are you saying me, a big obese woman, is not as beautiful as this slender woman? Well, F you, right? So yeah, when it comes to children, beauty of the children, we adults, we all agree. Why? Because they are belong to different category. We are adults and they are children. So we all agreed on this category of people, little people, young people, children. Because we are not children, we are adults. So we can all agree that all children are beautiful. Because none of us adults are children. But if I'm a obese woman and there's a slender woman and you, an Asian guy, is now telling me this slender woman is more beautiful than I am and I'm not as attractive as this slender woman, F you, right? So then I as an obese woman, try come up with some theory to defend myself, and that's feminism. Okay. Oh, it's gender stereotype. It's socially conditioned misconception. So it's all made up concept by this cosmetics industry or whatever. The goal of humanology is to pursue the truth. It's not about pleasing the majority or pleasing anybody. That's not the goal of humanology. Humanology's goal is science and religion. The truth, objective truth, and a morality, the moral rules. Okay? Like I said before, sexual beauty is just one small part of the beauty. Half of my friends are obese. Probably more than half. Because they're all Americans, okay? More than half of Americans are obese. They're my friends. And sexual beauty is a very small part. When you pick your friends, both male and female, that's not a sexual relationship. So sexual beauty does not matter. So when I pick my friends, my close friends and their acquaintances and people who are my close friends, it has nothing to do with sexual beauty. It has to do with personality. But when I pick a date, a whole different story. I don't care that woman's personality. That's the difference between men and women. Women care about many different things. Well, sexually, they mostly care about power, how much money he has. If I'm a very rich guy, if I'm a billionaire, I can get many girls because I'm rich and women love money. It's biological. I'm not saying women are bad. Again, it's all biology, okay? I can get many girls because that's what turns on sexually, physiologically, physically, turns on women. It's money and it's power, okay? They don't care what kind of personality I have as long as I'm a billionaire. Look at Donald J. Trump. Look at Matt Lauer. Look at Harold Weinstein. I don't know what his name is. You know, the Hollywood, Weinstein Company, the producer of many films. Harvey Weinstein, I think. Yeah, they are horrible. Donald J. Trump, you know him, okay? Bad personalities, right? Disrespectful. Women don't care. Donald J. Trump did not sexually assault any woman at all. It was all consensual. It was adultery. Women don't care about morality. I mean, men don't care either. Okay, most men, most women, we are all bad. Okay, I'm not picking on women. All right, I will do men next, but right now it's women. Women don't care about morality, whether he's married, Donald Trump, Matt Lauer, Harvey Weinstein, married. They don't care. They don't care about their bad personalities. they only care about money. Okay, that's women. All right. I'm not saying women are whores. I'm saying whores are women. They are exact same. They whores. I'm sorry to say this, but sex workers or prostitutes, sex workers, they do what they do to make money. Okay, or lap dancers. Okay, and other women they are exact same. Okay, and men we have we work for money too. Okay, so they are no worse than us or any other women. All right, women love money. Period. Okay, so that's why they're just attracted. Okay, so all those women that Donald J. Trump, Matt Lauer, Harvey Weinstein had sex with, probably they did not get any money. All right, not even hush money. They are just attracted. They just enjoy sex when they have sex with rich and powerful men. So they do it for the joy of sex. Because they have fun in sex when they have sex with rich and powerful men. That's biology. All right. Now, man, we don't care whether she's married or not. We only care if she's slender, if she's young, if she's has big eyes. That's what men care. We don't care if she's married. We don't care if she's has bad personality. We don't care if she's whatever. We only care if she's young, she's slender, she has big eyes, and things like that. Because that's biology. That's maximum reproduction. Okay, so guys who male individuals who find those healthy women attractive, they are the ones who get naturally selected. Because if I'm attracted to a very sick women, old women, then I marry her, then we have babies, unhealthy babies, or we will never have babies because she's so sickly and old, postmenopausal. Then my gene dies when I die. It dies with me. But if I'm a man who find young, healthy woman attractive, then yeah, I marry her and she will have very healthy baby. My gene of that perception of beauty, sexual beauty in a healthy young woman, get passed on to my child with her. Okay, so that's natural selection. It's all biology, evolution. Okay, so but it's only sexual beauty. It's very small part of the beauty, so you should not feel offended when I say all these things because it's not that important. Especially when it comes to friendship, it's not important at all. I mean, not at all. Okay, so it only comes to when it comes to romance, dating. Then yeah, sexual beauty is about power and reproduction, reproductibility for women and power for men. Because if a woman sees perceive beauty, attraction in power in men, then yeah, there's more chance of their children survive because the most powerful man will be able to protect their children the most. Okay, so evolution again. All right. Now, ethnic men, we all want white women. Why is that the case? There are several possibilities, and one possibility is this. In Asia, I'm talking about Korea, China, Japan, all right? We are all Asians. We are not racially diverse. In China, Korea, Japan, we are all Asians. Everybody have black hair, light brown skin, and brown eyes, just like me. We all look the same. China, Korea, Japan, we all look the same. Okay. So, but there are different skin tones within Asia. Within Korea, there are darker Koreans and there are lighter Koreans. I'm kind of in the middle, okay, in Korea. The most popular Korean women in Korea are the women with very light skin. Okay, so and women don't care about what skin tone man has, but skin tone of men doesn't really matter at all. Okay, it's about money, how wealthy he is. That's what women care about. But in terms of men, yeah, we like lighter skinned women in Korea. In India, South Asia, India, same way. In the country of India, there are many different skin tones. Southern part of the Indians, they tend to have darker skin tone. And northern part, lighter skin tone, right? In the country of India. I have many Indian friends, and they tell me in India, women with lighter skin tone are more desirable and more popular, just like in Korea, right? So one evolutionary explanation it would be this. Lighter skin means domesticity. It means femininity. Darker skin corresponds to masculinity. He's out there hunting. So more masculine a man is and more feminine a woman is, more sexually attractive they are. Alright, so lighter skin means domesticity. You stay at home, so you're feminine. If you're a woman, and then yeah, you're a feminine woman. Male. If you have darker skin, yeah, you're outside. You're hunting. You're masculine. So yeah, you're a manly man and womanly woman. All right, that's one explanation. So even back in Israel, Solomon's songs, the Book of Songs, Solomon wrote like something like there are a lot of characters in Solomon's songs. It's about romance, all right. So there are many female characters in that song, and there are one woman with dark skin and another woman with light skin. And the woman with dark skin says, "Oh yeah, my skin is dark, but my skin is dark because I worked in the field." So she knows she's less attractive than fair-skinned woman. It was like that like thousands of years ago back in Israel, 10,000 years ago when King Solomon was there. It's something universal. Again, I am not saying black women are unattractive or Hispanic women are less attractive than white women. That's not what I'm saying, right? Because some of the most beautiful women I have ever met are black women and Hispanic women. I know they are beautiful. And Asian women, I know they are beautiful because I spent my 20 years, 18 years in South Korea. There's so many women that I had crush on, right? And and I've been to Mexico. I've met some of the most beautiful women ever in Mexico. I mean, I've seen them on the street, just on the street, okay? I mean, I don't speak Spanish very well, so it's not like I dated them, no. Just on the street. And black women, yeah, I met some of the most beautiful black women in Los Angeles when I did some acting in Los Angeles. Yeah, I've met several. And also in Detroit, Michigan, when I was in law school. I would go to clubs in Detroit, and yeah, in there, yeah, I've seen some of the most beautiful women, and they were black. Okay, I know, all right. So don't get me wrong. I'm not ignorant or stupid. No, I've been many different places in America and in the world. Some of the most beautiful women I've ever met are Middle Eastern. All right, I met such ladies and in Wisconsin. All right, she was an immigrant and she was one of the most beautiful I've ever met. One of the most beautiful women I've ever met, and she was from Afghanistan. Okay, she's 100% Middle Eastern. All right, and yeah, so I know. Okay, I know. All right, women are beautiful. Period. Okay, no matter what race you are. What I'm saying is there are exceptions, but I'm talking about 90% versus 10%. There's this trend, majority, this definite correlation. All right. If you're an ethnic man in America, you fantasize about model type white women. We all do. And you don't have to be in America. If you're an ethnic man anywhere in the world, you watch some Hollywood movie, you see a blonde woman or red haired woman with pink skin or pale white skin and blue eyes, green eyes, yeah, you fantasize about those women, having sex with them. Okay? That's ethnic man. It's universal. Doesn't matter what country you're living in. That's how it is. You may deny it. You may not know it. But I know. Because I am one of them, okay? So, and I have all these ethnic people, friends, okay, from all over. They're my friends. They don't lie to me. They confess. I confess. That's just how we are, okay? Why? Because it's something different. We ethnic men, we all have black hair, brown skin, brown eyes. We are all the same. And then when we see a white woman, it's like La La Land. It's like totally different from us. So we men are very adventurous and aggressive. We are not like women. We want to try different new things. We are not like women. We are aggressive because we produce millions of sperms every day. When you women don't produce at all. You just are born with what 5,000 eggs and that's it, right? You're static. Women are static. We men, we are dynamic. We are aggressive. Women are passive. There's definite difference. That's humanology. Feminism, there is no difference between men and women. That's false. So humanology and feminism like are polar opposite, right? So um where are we again? Yeah, that's ultra interracialism. Ethnic men marrying model type white women. So why is it so bad? Oh, why is it so bad? Like, why can't I marry somebody I love? Right? So like, oh, it's free country, freedom, oh, blah blah blah, right? So, but it's bad. Why? Because it's gonna wipe out the white race. White race will go extinct. There will be no more blondes, blue eyes, green eyes, white skin, red hair. None. Why? Because all these ethnic men like me will marry off all these blondes, blue eyes, green eyes, red hair. So they'll be gone. Everybody on earth will look just like Hispanics. Black hair, brown skin, brown eyes. There will be the humanity. There will be no more racial diversity. No more blonde hair. No more green eyes. No more blue eyes. It'll be gone. Go extinct. And that is what's happening right now. Because white women, they feel obligated to marry ethnic men because they think that's the right thing to do. White women think it is racism to marry white men. So they marry Asian men like me. White women marry black men Middle Eastern men, Indian men, and their children all have black hair, brown skin, brown eyes. This white Caucasian beautiful genes of blue eyes, green eyes, hazel, blonde, red hair, white skin is gone. It's disappearing one by one because of ultra interracialism. Alright? Then why interracialism is not too bad? Humanology allow interracialism. Let's say I marry a white woman who is pretty, who is in slender shape, but she's 50. She's postmenopausal. That is okay in humanology. Why? Because she's not gonna have babies anyways. Alright, so if you wanna date a white woman, then yeah, you can date a postmenopausal woman because she's not gonna have babies anyways. Okay, so yeah, that's why interracialism, some of it is okay in humanology. Or if a white woman is not a model type woman, like she's maybe obese or maybe she is not that pretty on the face. You know, we talk about like beauty scale, like 10. If a white woman is less than 5 out of 10, the sexual beauty score, humanology allows that. An ethnic man marrying such a woman. That's fine. Why? Because she doesn't have a good gene anyway. Okay? So, but if she is a very beautiful white, like model type, young, white, slender, healthy woman, then such women should be reserved only for purely white men in order to preserve that white beauty gene. Like blue eyes, green eyes, slenderness, white skin, and blonde hair, red hair. Yeah, only white, eligible, purely white men can have those women. That's the anti-ultra interracialism in humanology. It's an ethical rule. Alright? So yeah, it's religious rule, but it's based on logic. Alright? And there's another side of this story. So ethnic men like Tiger Woods, Bruce Lee, they marry a beautiful white girl. They either die or their career tank. Okay? Why? Because ethnic man having sex with a model type white young white girl, it gives too much pleasure. So it's like very strong drug, like cocaine, and so it exhausts this man, ethnic man, because the amount of pleasure is way just too big. So it exhausts me as an ethnic man having sex with a model type white girl. So either my career suffers or I die of exhaustion. So that's what happened to Tiger Woods and Bruce Lee. Okay. So it's bad for the ethnic man and it's bad for the white women. Okay. Either way, it serves nobody. It's a sexual lust. I'm an ethnic man and I'm marrying a white, beautiful girl like Ivanka Trump. So yeah, Donald. Yes, let's do some politics here. Okay. So Donald Trump. Many white people vote for him because they think Donald Trump can protect their white race. That's wrong. Donald J. Trump could not even protect his own white daughters. Donald Trump has two daughters, and they're both blonde and slender, like models, right? One of them married a Jewish man, and the other one is dating a Jewish man, as of now, 2018. So he could not even protect his own genetic heritage, Caucasian heritage. So two blonde daughters, he could not even protect his own daughters from ethnic men, Jews. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-Semitic. Some of my closest friends are Jews. Okay, like 100% Jews. I have many Jewish friends. But they are not white. they half white, half Middle Eastern. That's Jews. Where is Israel? It's in the Middle East. So they're not. They're mixed race Jews, European Jews. They're half white, half Middle Eastern. So Ivanka married this Jewish guy, what Jared Kushner or something, and their daughter looked like Hispanic. She has brown hair, brown eyes, and brown skin. Nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is, the Ivanka Trump's Caucasian heritage is overwritten by this Jewish man. Okay, because that man, Jared Kushner, is not a white man. He's half white, half Middle Eastern. That's why when they have baby, their baby is not blonde. It's just brown hair, brown eyes, brown skin, just like Hispanics or Middle Eastern. All right, so that's what happens when an ethnic man marries a white woman. White, okay. This board or your piece of paper is white, but when you write a colored pen like this, it overwrites the whiteness. Why? Because white is the color without color. It's a colorless color. It's purity. All right? That's white. But if you write on black or yellow, brown, then it becomes black, yellow, or brown or blue. Okay? That's why white race, the Caucasian race, is the most vulnerable race. And that's why we need to, it is of interest of every race, of everybody on earth, that we protect and preserve the Caucasian race. And I understand this sounds like KKK or neo-Nazism or whatever, white supremacism. And those Americans who are KKK, who are white supremacists nowadays, they are not terrorists. They do have valid points. And I'm providing them a sound theoretical framework that they can take advantage of. American KKK, American white supremacists, they are misunderstood groups. They are not violent. They are not terrorists. Anti-ultra-internationalism is something that I agree with them. KKKs and white supremacists in America, I agree with them on this point. White species, Caucasian species are vulnerable. That's why we need to protect and preserve the Caucasian race. Because if I marry a white woman, our children look like Asian, like me. If a black man marries a white woman, their child looks like more like black man. Look at Barack Obama, President Barack Obama. Nobody sees him as a white man. Everybody sees him regards him as a black man. Why? Because any other race except white race, ethnic man marrying a white woman, the child becomes ethnic person. Ethnicity overrides whiteness. Whiteness is gone. When I write with black pen on the whiteboard, it becomes black, blue, green, red, brown, whatever. Okay, it disappears. White race is vulnerable and also it's very beautiful. Honey, gold, and blonde. Can you spot any similarity? Honey, gold, and blonde. Yellow, and they are light color. They're precious, scarce. Honey, gold, and blonde hair. Throughout the human history, they have always been prized and very expensive because of their beauty and scarcity, rarity. Back in the days in the Roman Empire, we are talking about what, 500 AD, 200 AD, Caucasians, Northern Europeans, they were barbarians. It was the day of the Middle Easterns, Rome, Italians. They're like Middle Easterns. They're not quite white. They're just like brown, all brown hair, brown everything. But they traded blonde hair back in the Roman Empire, like 580, 280, because they had these Caucasian slaves, the barbarians, right? So they cut the blonde hair from the Scandinavian, like Visigoths, Goths, Vandals, Vikings, right? When Rome was the empire, those barbarians in the north, yeah, they were weak, so they became slaves. And during the Ottoman Empire by Turkey, they have a lot of white female sex slaves. They are the harem, okay, or red-haired white barbarian women that they captured as sex slaves. So they have this Turkey Empire, the Ottoman Empire. They have this harem where they have hundreds of white women. They preferred white women. Of course, yeah, we men, we like lighter skinned women sexually. We find them sexually attractive. All right? Slender women, women like slender women and light skinned women and women with very big eyes like this. Okay? trying to make you laugh, all right? Yeah, we like what men like is light skin and big eyes. What we men like in women, sexually, not as friendship. No, sexually. Light skin, blonde or red hair, or big eyes and sharp nose and lips that is pronounced, pouty, and chin that is not pronounced. We want lips to be pronounced and chin not pronounced. And we want breasts that is natural, that's not too big, not too flat, natural. We like that. We want waist to be like our hourglass, slender, but not too big, not too small, but natural. Natural curve. All right. So they say like obese women are curvy women. Well, no, obese women do not have any curve. Okay, only slender women have the natural curve. You go in and out, out in out. That's the natural curve that we men like sexually, sexual attraction. So it's not that important. It's nothing noble or virtuous. No, it's all about sex. That's why sexual ethics, aesthetics, sexual beauty doesn't really mean much. It's not that important. It's all about sex. It's not that important. It's overrated. So if you're not sexually attractive woman or man, that's not an insult because sex is not that important. In humanology, sex is the least important thing because humanology deals with metaphysics, not physics, and sex is about physical things. It's a lower level. So sexual beauty is not that important in humanology. I'm just telling you because in this world, it plays a huge role, whether you like it or not. When you get a job, yeah, your sexual appeal matters a lot. Whatever job it may be. If you're into politics, your sexual appeal means a lot, no matter what you do. Okay? So it's just the reality. That's why I'm telling you all this. Okay? So if you're not sexually attractive, in humanology, it's not important at all. Okay? All right. So it's been 1 hour and 24 minutes. So we talked about anti-ultra interracialism. So an ethnic man, he has this huge sexual lust and sexual greed. So he marries this model type blonde or red haired or brunette white girl who's pretty with big eyes, pouty lips. She's young, she has no kids. So he marries her and he is it's a micro genocide. He is extinguishing white race because of his sexual lust. Because this ethnic man want to have sex with a white, slender, young woman every night for how long? 3 decades, right? He marries when she's 20 and they keep having sex when she becomes 50, when she becomes postmenopausal. Okay, so it's a sexual lust. He doesn't care about white race, the preservation of white race. Because of his sexual lust, there will be two less, at least, one or two less white people in the next generation. There will be two less blonde or red haired people in the next generation because his ethnic gene is overriding her white gene. So, because of he is benefiting from this, marrying a model type white girl at the expense of the next generation. He is selfish. He is doing all this because for the pleasure of having sex with white women as an ethnic man. That's selfish. That's why ultra interracialism is one of the biggest sin in humanology. Okay? So, anti that, that's one of the top moral rules in humanology. Alright? So, okay, we spent enough time, alright? So, you must be really bored. And final thing, if you're married, if you're an ethnic man and your wife is a young model type white woman, my recommendation to you as a humanologist is to divorce her, assuming you have no kids yet. If you have kids already and if your wife is still young, my recommendation to you is to have her artificially inseminated with white men's semen. You go to fertility clinic, it's not that expensive. It's a couple of $100 because a lot of people donate sperms nowadays. It's not that expensive. Just injection of white man's sperm in with the syringe, without needle, just syringe into her womb, and then you make at least 2 purely white babies. That's my recommendation. If you are an ethnic man and married a model type white woman and she's still young and you guys have no kids yet, divorce, because your marriage is morally void, null and void. Not legally, but morally and ethically, according to the humanology. Okay, it's morally void, null and void. So, yeah, I recommend you divorce her and let her get white men and make beautiful white kids for the next generation. All right. So, if you are an ethnic man dating a model type white woman, yeah, break up. It's that simple. Let her meet and marry an eligible white man, have many beautiful white kids, because white race is dwindling right now because they are sexually so attractive. White women, okay? So ethnic men, they all go after white women. The only reason that ethnic man is marrying non-white women is because they can't. They are not rich and powerful enough to attract white women. White women, they are women. They don't care what your race is. White women will marry whoever is the most powerful and the richest, like Marco Rubio. like Jared Kushner, like Ted Cruz. Yeah, they all have beautiful white wives, blonde white wives. Okay, because they are women. They are just biological being, and they only care about. They don't care about you what man's race is. They only care about money and power. That's it. Just like we men, we care only about the sexual youth and slender. That's all we care about, right? So now, why does anti-ultra interracialism allow white men marrying ethnic women? Again, it's like the mirror image. First of all, there are not that many white men who go after ethnic women. It's very rare. 99% of interracial marriage is between ethnic men and white women. 99%. Well, the number may be a little bit wrong. I don't care. The vast majority of interracial marriage is between ethnic men, like brown men like me, and white women. That's the majority of interracial marriage. Very few white men, very few percentage of interracial marriage is between white men and ethnic women. Okay, that proves that previous point where sexually, I'm not talking about some old beauty. No, sexual beauty. Yeah, white women are the most sexually attractive women. Okay, sexually, so it doesn't mean much. You don't have to get angry with me because it's a fact and it doesn't mean much. It does not mean you are less beautiful than white women. If you're an ethnic woman, there's no need to resent this fact because it's just about reproducibility does not mean much. Okay, but yeah, it's just a fact, and white women are sexually more attractive to any man. That's why the vast majority of interracial marriage is between ethnic men and white women, not white men and ethnic women. Okay, that's why we don't have to worry about white men marrying ethnic women because it doesn't happen often anyways. So it's not a threat. That's why anti-ultra interracialism allows white men going after ethnic women. That's fine. Okay. Another reason for that is because they don't get to have much fun in sex. All right. It's so they don't get all this too much pleasure in that kind of arrangement. White man and ethnic woman. It's not doesn't give you too much pleasure. So it's not going to harm you, the white man who married ethnic women. But an ethnic man marrying a model type white woman, the pleasure that this man experiences is just too much. That's why it harms that ethnic man. It's harmful. Moral rule is always about preventing harm. That's what morality is. Okay? We'll get to that point later with why gay marriage is bad, why homosexuality is bad, because it's harmful. That's why it is immoral. Right? Okay, it's been 1 hour and 33 minutes, so let's stop by. See you next time.